Okay, this is JR Tech Support here live with my cohort, John Adams here at the university. Yes, we have we didn't have the guest speaker that we wanted to, my brother, for the free games, but my boss is here. He's kind of filling in, and he has a few games that he'd like to show you. And we are recording this. I hit record, so you will be able to watch this on YouTube and stuff like this afterwards. So, John, what are some of your all-time favorite free games that you have played?
Of course, earlier we mentioned Alien Arena, which is a free first-person shooter. You shoot aliens. Yeah, that rocks.
Is it multiplayer at all?
Yes, it is multiplayer, and you can play over a network, and you can set up a server and have your friends from another remote location join your server, but you will have to do some port forwarding in your firewall to get that to work.
I hear that you owned a computer shop where you actually had a whole bunch of guys come over and play it. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, 1 second. What's up?
So
I would have said the upside of being down.
So while he's down there, yes, he did have a host the game. Yes. While this is still being recorded here, I don't think I could pause
that
it
would
here.
have been something different.
So, he did
That's
host
okay.
it at his work.
Well, I can do it tomorrow, so thank you for the looking, though.
So he did host that. Let's see about some of his other free game. Let's see how he describes it later here. Okay, you're back. All right, so you did host it at your work, right? How many players did you have playing it at one time?
When we used to host it online, we used to get, quite a few people playing, but when we used to do it locally in the shop, there used to be about 7 or 8 of us.
That's still a lot.
Why does it have to be only free games?
I'm getting there. Okay, what's another free game that you like? It can be flash based.
Call of Duty 2. It's not free, but it's very pimp and very easy. And it's so old it should be free now. So like I said, Call of Duty 2. It's very similar to Alien Arena, but you're humans. I play a lot of games, but that are free.
Okay, well, what about that one that you said earlier? Was it Cannonbalt?
Cannonbalt, yes. Cannonbalt is good if you're at work and you're bored and you just need to do something for a few minutes. So Cannonbalt rocks for that. It's very simple, one button. You can always play Set the Boss on Fire. That's a good game.
Yeah, he's just messing around on that one. Okay, what are some of the other good games that you would recommend people buying, or maybe getting an old Game Boy or something?
Well, for those of you out there, of course, everybody just about knows about emulators. If you don't, you can go download emulators to play old Super Nintendo games, Atari games, the old stand-up console games, Genesis games, just about every console, every home video game system that ever came out, there's an emulator for. You run that emulator on your computer, use any USB plug-in controller, and you can play all of your old games. A good place to check this out would be like ROM Haven, or you can just Google EMU. A lot of people call it EMUs for emulators. NES, SNES emulators.
Oops, forgot about Cannonbalt.
Yeah,
Okay.
there it is, opening the game. So, because I'm an old school guy, I still like to play like Mike Tyson Punch-Out and stuff like that. And so if I want to go play that, I go load up the emulators, and there you go. And you can pretty much get just about any game that we used to play in the old Nintendo Entertainment System for free.
Just, for legal reasons, we can't really give out the addresses that you can get the ROMs. But if you Google,
I will. Check this out. When you go in and you Google ROMs, there's like ROM Haven and stuff like that. A lot of people still have these old cartridges. And as long as you have the old cartridge, then you are more well within your legal rights to go ahead and load up this ROM and play this ROM. And then you might want to check on Rapid Share too. All of us out there know about Rapid Share. People are going to load up their ROMs on Rapid Share all over the place. Look for torrent downloads of all the ROMs. And think, if you go out there and you find like an old Dreamcast CD that's got all the ROMs on it, you can actually extract the ROMs from that CD, separate them out, and load them up to your hacked Xbox, your computer, and do all the things the same as if you had the original ROMs.
We're gonna have to have a show where we actually hack an Xbox live for all of you out there, so you can see exactly how an Xbox is hacked and modded, so you guys can play all of your old ROMs and everything on there. It also functions as an entertainment system.
Right. A lot of us, the older consoles are still not dead. You get the Xbox, stick your own hard drive in there. No, you don't have to buy a mod chip. You can soft mod it. You're buying nothing
Except
for a new hard drive, right? Yeah. And then once you load that hard drive in there, you can load your movies up in ISO format and use this specifically as the same way you would use Media Center. All your movies are on it, all your pictures are on it, all your music's on it. There's even a Blocks program where you can actually browse the internet with it, use it as an internet browsing station, even though I wouldn't recommend that specifically for it. And if you want to find out about this, Xbox Media Center, which is a great media center that we run for, it plays the ISO movies and things as such. And then you can even actually connect it to your computer, and you can have a share going on your computer and have your Xbox have the same accessibility to your movie collection that you have on a home server or any home computer that you want to share. And it'll play all kinds of different file formats as far as videos go, and it's a great thing to do. So we call that soft modding in Xbox.
Okay, so any other things you'd want to share as far as games
tell them about like that Extreme Gaming Linux distro that you found that had all like 100 and some free games in it that were Linux based. It's a distro that you run a live CD. For those of you who don't know what a live CD is, live CD's just got an OS on it. Stick it in your ROM, boot up the computer, boots from CD. You're getting to run Linux then, and you're not touching your hard drive.
Yeah,
it's all getting loaded into RAM. Older computer, because you want to have a lot of RAM on it if it's going to get loaded into RAM. You can, of course, do an install. Most of them have the install right there on it. But there's an Extreme Gaming. If you go look for live CD games, you're going to find, all kinds of them. And usually they'll have hundreds of games on there.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as the Linux distros that are specifically designed for gaming, and they're all over the place.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so is that all? Or do you have anything else, any games you want to talk about that you've been playing recently? I think you've been talking about Heart of the Alien.
Heart of the Alien is an old school game. If anybody remembers that. Out of This World and Out of This World 2, the original was Out of This World. And these are from like 94-ish, maybe. So these are kind of old, but if you go check them out, you'll see, the anthology of games. You see how far they've come when you look at a game like this. But it was a really great game, really hard to beat, really hard to figure out. And then there's one that, here's the most hated game of all time, Myst. MYST. Hated so bad they actually came out with games to where you went and trashed the other game, Pissed. PYST. So there's one you can go out there and look at, and that's the most hated game of all time.
Okay, so as far as some other games that you enjoy playing in Linux, what are some of your favorite
Your
Linux
Frozen
games?
Bubble, your Tux Frozen Bubble, and of course Tux Racer and Blocks. Remember the old Breakout? We used to run the thing across in the ball.
Breakout, yes.
Yeah, Breakout rocks. I don't play that many games. I don't have that much time left on my hands.
Okay.
But,
Alright. So this has been brought to you live by JRTechSupport.com. This is John, my cohort over at the university that we work at. And this is the end of the JRTech Support Live show.
If my boss is watching this, we're actually working right now. There's a server getting formatted in the back. We're just taking 5 minutes, so relax.
Alright. Till next time.